grow anything anywhere. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Name. And today I'm super excited because we're kicking off the season with a fun and easy DIY project that's perfect for spring. DIY spring planters. Whether you've got a sprawling backyard or a tiny apartment balcony, you'll be able to grow flowers, herbs, and veggies anywhere. Now I know what you're thinking, but I don't have a garden. Don't stress, I've got your back. You don't need a huge backyard or even a ton of outdoor space to create your very own spring garden. Seriously, you can grow flowers, herbs, or even veggies right inside your home or on your balcony. And the best part, it's super simple, super fun, and anyone, yes, anyone can do it. So why should you start planting right now? Well, first off, there's just something magical about growing your own flowers and veggies. Not only does it add a splash of color to your space, but it's also so rewarding to watch something you planted grow from tiny seeds or seedlings into beautiful, vibrant plants. Plus, it's great for the environment. Growing your own food cuts down on waste, and it's a fantastic way to get in touch with nature, even if you live in a city. Whether you're an experienced gardener or a total newbie, today's video will have something for you. We're going to talk about how you can create planters that fit your space, choose the right plants, and make sure you're taking care of them properly so they thrive. I'll even give you some easy-to-follow tips that will have your plants looking amazing in no time. I totally get that not everyone has a green thumb. Heck, I didn't either when I first started. But trust me, with a little bit of know-how and some fun DIY planters, you'll be amazed at how easy it is to grow your own garden. And if you've got kids, this is such a great project to do together. It's educational, it's hands-on, and it's a chance to get outside and enjoy some fresh air. Alright, now that you're all excited and ready to get your garden started, let's dive into picking the planters for your space. This is a super important step because the right container can make all the difference in how well your plants grow. Don't worry though, I've got you covered. Whether you have a tiny apartment, a small balcony, or even a cozy backyard, you can still make it work. Let's start by talking about the basics. When it comes to planters, the number one thing you need to think about is drainage. Plants need water, but they also need to dry out a little between waterings, or their roots can rot. So before you grab that cute pot or bucket, check if it has drainage holes. If it doesn't, you can easily drill a few holes at the bottom, or you can use something else entirely that already has those drainage holes, like plastic containers or even baskets. The key is making sure the water can escape. Now, when it comes to choosing the actual planter, the sky's the limit. You don't have to go out and buy expensive pots. Look around your home, and you'll be surprised at what you can repurpose. Old buckets, jars, mason jars, wine boxes, and even tea tins can all be transformed into beautiful plant containers. I mean, it's all about getting creative, right? Plus, reusing what you already have is super eco-friendly. If you're going for flowers, herbs, or veggies, make sure your container is big enough for the roots to grow. For example, if you're growing herbs like basil or thyme, they don't need a huge container. A small pot or even a recycled coffee cup can do the trick. But if you're growing larger plants like tomatoes or sunflowers, you'll need something bigger, like a large bucket or a medium-sized pot. For those of you with really limited space, like if you're living in an apartment with no balcony, vertical gardening might just be your new best friend. Vertical planters are a fantastic way to grow plants upwards instead of outwards, saving you loads of space. You can get a hanging planter, which works wonders for plants like strawberries, peppers, or even small flowers. Another option is a wall-mounted planter system, where you can stack several planters on top of each other. This way, you can grow a variety of plants in just one small space. Don't forget about self-watering planters. These are a game changer if you're someone who tends to forget to water your plants. They have a reservoir at the bottom that holds water, and as the soil dries out, the plant can pull up moisture from the reservoir. This means less frequent watering for you and healthier plants. And here's another pro tip. Think about the material your planter is made of. Some materials, like plastic or ceramic, are lightweight and great for moving around. Others, like clay or terracotta, are heavier and provide more stability, but they can be a little harder to move. Choose what works best for your space and how much time you want to spend rearranging things. For all my garden lovers out there who are looking for a more stylish option, consider decorative planters. You can find them in every color and shape imaginable. Try mixing and matching different styles for a fun and modern look. Use some minimalist planters for a clean and sleek vibe, or go for bold, colorful containers to bring a cheerful pop to your space. The bottom line here is that you don't need to spend a fortune on fancy planters. Just get creative with what you already have and pick something that fits your space, your plants, and your style. With a little imagination, you'll be able to build a garden in no time, no matter how small your space is. Alright, now that you've got your planters all set up and ready to go, it's time to choose the perfect plants for your space. This is where the fun really begins, because you get to pick out the plants that will bring your garden to life. Whether you're looking for flowers to brighten up your space or veggies to grow your own fresh food, I've got some tips to help you make the right choice. First things first, think about your space and how much sunlight it gets. Plants are like people, they need their own little environment to thrive, and sunlight plays a huge role in that. So before you start picking plants, make sure you know how much sun your space gets during the day. If your space gets full sun, meaning at least 6 hours of sunlight a day, you're in luck. You've got a wide range of plants to choose from. Flowers like sunflowers, marigolds, petunias, and zinnias love the sun and will thrive in a sunny spot. These plants are not only gorgeous, but they also attract bees and butterflies, making them great for your garden's ecosystem. For veggies, full sun is also key, especially for things like tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers. If you're in the mood for something a little different, try growing some beans or even peas. These are easy to grow and super fun to watch. Just keep in mind that these plants will need plenty of sunlight, so if your space has that perfect sunny spot, these are your go-to plants. Now let's say your space doesn't get full sun. Maybe it's only getting partial sunlight or even some shade during the day. Don't worry, there are plenty of beautiful plants that thrive in these conditions. For example, leafy greens like spinach, lettuce, and arugula are great for shadier spots. They don't need as much sunlight to grow, and you'll have fresh homegrown salad greens in no time. Herbs like mint, parsley, and cilantro are also perfect for shaded or partial sun areas. Plus, herbs are fantastic for adding flavor to your cooking, so having them right at your fingertips is a game changer. And don't forget about ferns and begonias. These are beautiful plants that add texture and color to shady spots. When choosing plants, don't forget to think about how much space they need. You don't want to overcrowd your planters, especially when you're growing veggies or larger flowers. Overcrowding can stunt your plant's growth, so be sure to pick plants that will fit comfortably in your container. For small spaces, go for compact plants like dwarf varieties of vegetables or flowers. For example, instead of a full-size sunflower, try growing dwarf sunflowers, which only grow to about 18 inches tall but still pack that vibrant pop of yellow. If you're planting a vegetable garden, think about what you actually like to eat. Are you a fan of tomatoes, or do you love fresh basil for your pasta dishes? Choose plants that you'll enjoy harvesting and eating once they're ready to go. The joy of growing your own food is not just in the process, it's in the payoff of getting to enjoy what you've grown. There's nothing quite like the taste of a fresh, juicy tomato from your very own garden. And lastly, think about how much care you're willing to give your plants. Some plants require a little more attention, like regular watering or pest control. Others are more low maintenance and are perfect for busy folks who might not have a ton of time to tend to their garden. If you're new to gardening, I'd recommend starting with easy-to-grow plants like marigolds, lettuce, or mint. They're super forgiving and don't require a ton of attention. Alright, now that you've picked your perfect plants and your planters are ready to go, it's time for the most exciting part, planting. But before we get our hands dirty, let's take a quick moment to make sure you know exactly how to set your plants up for success. Trust me, a little preparation goes a long way in making sure your plants grow strong and healthy. First things first, let's talk about soil. For healthy plants, you want to make sure you're using a good quality potting soil. Potting soil is specially made for containers and is lighter and more draining than regular garden soil, which helps prevent your plants from becoming waterlogged. Avoid using garden soil straight from your yard because it can compact in the container, which makes it harder for the roots to get enough oxygen and water. Now let's talk about how to actually plant your flowers, herbs, or veggies. Start by making a hole in the center of the soil with your fingers or a small trowel. The hole should be deep enough to accommodate the plant's roots, but not so deep that the plant is buried too much. For flowers like sunflowers or marigolds, Gently remove the plant from its original container and place it into the hole you made. Be sure to break up any tangled roots. This helps them spread out into the fresh soil and encourages healthy growth. Fill in around the plant with soil, making sure the base of the plant is level with the soil surface. Give it a gentle pat to secure it in place. If you're planting seeds, say, for lettuce or basil, scatter them evenly across the surface of the soil and cover them with a thin layer of soil. The depth of planting will depend on the type of seed you're planting, so be sure to check the seed packet for specific instructions. Watering is where a lot of gardeners go wrong, but don't worry. It's easy once you get the hang of it. The key is consistency. When you first plant your seeds or seedlings, you'll want to give them a good drink of water. But don't drown them. Water until the soil is moist but not soggy. Overwatering is one of the quickest ways to kill a plant, so always check the soil before you water. If it feels damp an inch or so down, hold off on watering for a day or two. For established plants, water the base of the plant rather than just sprinkling the top of the leaves. Watering the leaves can cause mold or mildew to grow, so keep the water directed at the soil where the roots are. During the warmer months, your plants might need more frequent watering. Check the soil daily to see if it's dry and adjust your watering schedule accordingly. Okay, now you're probably thinking, what else do I need to do to make sure my plants stay healthy? Well, let's talk about general maintenance. First off, always keep an eye out for weeds. Weeds are sneaky little plants that steal nutrients from your plants. If you notice any popping up, pull them out right away before they take over. Make sure to get them at the root so they don't come back. Next, give your plants the best chance to grow by making sure they get the right amount of sunlight. Different plants need different amounts of light. Flowers like sunflowers need full sun, while some herbs do better in partial shade. Make sure your plants are getting the right amount of light for their specific needs. And let's not forget about feeding your plants. You can fertilize your plants every few weeks to give them a nutrient boost. For flowers, a balanced fertilizer works great, while veggies might prefer a fertilizer that's higher in nitrogen to promote leafy growth. Always follow the instructions on the fertilizer package so you don't overdo it. Lastly, if you're growing veggies, be on the lookout for pests. It's pretty common for insects to want to nibble on your plants. But don't worry, there are natural ways to keep pests at bay. A simple solution is to mix water with a little dish soap and spray it on your plants to deter bugs. You can also use a natural insect repellent if needed. If you're growing veggies or herbs, the best part is when you get to harvest them. Be sure to pick your produce when it's ripe but not overripe. Fresh tomatoes, peppers, and leafy greens are perfect when they're just the right size and color. The more you harvest, the more your plants will continue to produce. So don't be shy about picking those fresh veggies when they're ready. And that's it. With just a little bit of care and attention, your spring garden will thrive and bring so much life to your space. Remember to keep your plants watered, give them enough light, and check in on them regularly. And you'll have a garden that looks amazing and provides you with fresh, homegrown goodness. Now that your plants are in place and thriving, get ready to enjoy your beautiful spring garden. It's the perfect way to add some color to your home and enjoy the season in full bloom. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you're as excited as I am to see your gardens grow. Don't forget to share your progress with me. I'd love to see your DIY spring planters in action. Until next time, happy planting.